I got two things that I want to say something about. Michael gave some sauce about the fair value gaps. He said when price has used a fair value gap, then you call it first utilization. This was about a SIBI today. Well, if it's the first utilization, then of course you want to see premium sensitivity. That means that you want the bodies to respect the upper half. And if it does that and it inverses, so it becomes later on, it becomes a busy because it inversed, then that is the inversed fair value gap that you want to extend to the right. So and then he also said there were two. He also said you can extend that one as well, but there was one that had more details. That one had more bodies respecting the upper half, so like more proof, more confluence for premium sensitivity, and that one was like more preferable to extend to the right. So that yeah, that I like that. And then he also said that if it later on, because now we are above the SIBI, right? It's inversed. If later on we go below it again, then it returns to first utilization, and then you want premium sensitivity again. I'm always a huge fan of details like that. That's I like those little
First presentation, first
refinements.
utilization. These
Yeah,
are additional processes.
yeah,
These
in
are
between.
added to a ordering. I would, I mean, dare I say a sequence, right?
Yeah,
That's
Did
fascinating.
did you see it happen today though? It's one thing talking about it and hearing me give it conceptually, but did it deliver today?
Per the exact specification that you outlined, yes. Yes.
That's what I was hoping to see. I want to hear people really come to terms with the fact that this is logic that the market tends to follow. And it would not be doing that if it was not doing anything but an algorithmically delivered. If it was anything buying and selling pressure, the things I'm outlining, the PD arrays I'm talking about, and how they're going to change their influence over price, it highlights when that algorithm will start talking and start showing you things that you have to interpret in price action while you're watching it. You can have the PD arrays and then anticipate a specific response, but until that shows it, it gives you kind of like a qualifier that now, yes, everything has shifted. Either it returns back to its first utilization or its inversion, one or the other. But you're looking for where prices actually used it in the past. So they're not stale. They're not, well, we're one and done. So I want to make sure that, I just replied to, and I usually don't come back at anybody in the section of the comments during the roundup, but some dickhead literally tried to say I call both sides. I said if it went higher, I would not be interested. I'm only looking for lower. I'm only
yeah,
looking for lower. So there's
I
no
mean,
there's no
good news is
ambiguity
it's
there.
recorded. It's not, there's no ambiguity. You laid out very specifically exactly first utilization in accompanying what has already been the logic of first presentation. And it's you introducing something within the audience. So the fact that we do have dickheads here that want to come in and try and say anything, I'll tell that dickhead, sit the fuck down. Shut the fuck up. You don't belong here.
I would love to listen for his bitch ass to come up here and
Yeah,
explain
come
where I
on
called.
up. Come ask for a
Where I
speaker
said all
tag.
that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay,
come
don't talk
on,
about it
get a
in
speaker
text.
tag, buddy.
Bring your little bitch ass up here so I can clown you in front of everybody.
Yes,
Okay?
because it's recorded. It's clearly recorded what was said, and for anyone to
Nobody's hiding. Nobody's fucking
no.
ducking. Okay?
And by the way, your inversion fair value gap that
mm,
played off of the 558, which is like a macro fair value gap, the way that we inverted right off of that on the impulse there, that was nice. I really like seeing the left side support the right side of the curve. So anyway, I just wanted to add that. Different
Sorry, Pit
concepts.
Munch.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, keep going, Pit Munch.
Okay. There was something else that I liked as well. So there were two, um, well, let's say first utilization cities, and then yeah, let me see. Yeah, so you have two of them. He spoke about the event horizon, but the thing that I um, found interesting about it was when he said the lower one, when you're there, the lower one can function as a decision-making point, as a foothold. So if it's in there, you're looking for the body showing discount sensitivity, because you're above that. You're in between CIBIs. You're above the lower one, so that one is inversed. Then you want um, discount sensitivity. You want the bodies to stay above the lower half, and that one you're not going to execute on that. You want to see it as a decision-making point, as a foothold, and then you want to see if it launches higher to the sorry, to the upper one, and that's an inversion fair value gap. That's then your execution point. So that's another one of those details that I uh, yeah, those are nice to remember, and if you memorize them, that's like it adds a lot to your precision when you're actually trading. And then I had a last thing about the change in the state of delivery. He used example of up close candles, so a series of up close candlesticks, and which one do you use? If the last one is the largest, you use that one for the opening price, for the change in the state of delivery. But if the last one is the smallest, then you use that one as well for the opening price, for the change in state of delivery. And the last bit, I don't know if I got it correctly, so that's like a semi question. If they are
What do
all
I
the
do?
same.
Excuse me, what do I do if all the candlesticks are closely uniform in their height?
Yeah, that's what I
What,
was going. I don't know if I heard that correctly, but I got, if they are all the same size. I think you said, but I'm not sure, that then you use the lowest one in the consecutive up close candles, but I'm not sure that's my question.
yes, yes, that's exactly true.
Okay.
And as I heard you say it, I realized I didn't articulate the premise as to why it matters if it's the largest on the last candle or it's the smallest. And the reason why is if you have a consistent run of up close candles and they're pretty much uniform, but the last one's the smallest one, I'm going to use that last one because it's basically indicating that it's petered out. It's no longer interested in having any more protraction higher. So it's isolating that smallest little point of time with that price. So it's going to be sensitive to that versus when it creates the biggest candle as the last one. That's capitulation. It's like the last little bit of, hey, look at me. So it's utilizing two primary functions of highlighting when it should form and how it should be utilized. If they're all uniform in their height, then it's the last one in the up series or it's the last one in the down series. So it's a matter of the distinguishing characteristics of it being the
Yes.
last one largest or the last one the smallest. If either one of those conditions aren't there, you use the lowest or first one.
Yes.